You're a hard-working man. Hard-working man. The boss only wants you for your body. You have to pull on your weight. It's a shame the things we do for money just to put food on.
This song is actually slightly longer than the introduction. I hope you like it. Friends coming to Tamworth over the last few years, and so it's been on my map, in sort of my mind map of like potential places to come to, and then I finally decided I'll come last year, so I came down and had a bit of an adventure which was pretty good. I wound up meeting Casey Chambers just outside here at the cafe and going and touring in Tasmania, and loved that, so I thought, well, I'll come back this year and see what eventuates. So I had any expectations that it would be the same, but it's been different. But I thought actually probably even more fun this year.
Well, think of everything, you'll get happy. Well, you'll get happy now. They think of everything, and you'll get happy. Oh, wow. Oh, you'll get happy. Yeah. I'm gonna run out your batteries later.
It's been an incredible time just networking, like meeting all sorts of kind of people. So I have a whole different plan about how to do Tamworth next year. I do plan to come back here next year, but I'll probably do some ticketed shows with some other musicians. So like a group of us get together, and that should have enough broad appeal to get people into our own shows, as well as doing things on the street. And then there's just connections from, because a lot of people come from all around the country to here, then there's connections that span back out around the country, including New Zealand. So I've met someone who has infrastructure and music opportunities over in New Zealand, and so I'm going to contact him. And Newcastle comes to mind, South Adelaide comes to mind. So it's like a place where you just meet people from all around the country. And then you can just follow through on those things. And then you've actually had a personal contact with the people, so that's really good.
Peace and love and peace. Peace and love and peace. There's peace and love, there's love and peace. On this train, all around the world. We're stopping east and west and south and north. Picking up all good people, of course. And there's peace and love and peace. Peace and love and peace. And this train, this music.
I'm from the UK, in terms of I was raised in the UK, and then my parents were Jamaican. They both passed away, both deceased now. But yeah, they're from Jamaica, from the north of Jamaica, just up above Montego Bay, a place called Rockwood Valley. So they were from there. And then moved to the UK, joined the military, from a family of five kids, seven, 5 boys and 2 girls, 5 brothers, and lots of music in the family. My dad was very musical, plus my mum was very musical, especially in singing and so forth. So kind of inherited that, and three of my 4 brothers are actively, avidly pursuing music over in the UK still as well, so I guess we're a very musical family.
Have you seen the vigilance in man? Have you seen, Lord, that vigilant man? Have you seen, Lord, the vigilance man? I've been hearing his name all over this land.
where you from Australia? Which part of Australia from?
Northern Rivers, which is kind of close to Byron Bay. East Coast, most easterly point in Australia is Byron Bay, and I live about 20 minutes from Byron Bay, just in a little village behind town called Mullumbimby.
So, what musical influence inspire you the most?
I've got a sort of wide, wide palette, broad palette, I guess you would say, of influences. So like everything from opera, I was listening to things with Joan Sutherland on it. She's an operatic singer, and I was just amazed at her technique and what she could sing and how, her range and so forth. And then I love blues, I love R&B. I used to listen to a lot of pop music when I was in the UK, which was just straight ahead, like Status Quo, T-Rex, David Essex, Slade. I really like Slade, ELO, all that kind of stuff. And then that sort of after that sort of evolved into more the soul sort of area. So you got like Otis Redding, Marvin Gaye, Jimmy Ruffin, Wilson Pickett, all these soul guys, James Brown, all those guys. But you can't discount as well Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's had a massive influence in terms of had a big impact on me in terms of what he sang about, his whole thing that he presented on his albums has had a big impact.
Love, 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 love and understanding.
What life lessons have you learned along the way with your creative journey?
Well, just that creativity itself is very energizing. So that's a massive life lesson. So it's actually a great thing to feel that inspiration sort of coursing through the veins and like having a creative, inspirational outlet. So I've learned that, and I guess I have an album that I've called Freedom Songs, which is actually the last full one that I've recorded, and that's just chock-a-block full of pointers, notes to self, notes to myself that I put into a musical form. So I guess life lessons, when you say that, I kind of think, well, I got a song on the album called Free at Last, and I guess the thing there is like, it harks back to Martin Luther King, but the thing is, even though you have emancipation in terms of like, the end of segregation and so forth, you still have to work to free yourself to actually be truly free, emancipated human being. Like Bob Marley says, there's another influence, Bob Marley, is that song that says emancipate yourself from mental slavery, and I very much agree with that you have to do that, free yourself mentally and emotionally. I feel like it's important to have, it's important on the level of walking the earth to have a dream, a goal, some sort of passion or inspiration that inspires you, which for me is around music. And I'm just thinking, in order to answer that question, I'm just like thinking of that album and just thinking, what did I put on there? There's a song called Yes, 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 which is just like says, say yes to life, yes to peace, yes to joy, yes to sweet release, there's love if you want it. All you've got to do is say yes, type thing. So, I have the inspirations first and I translate them out into music. I think that's how I work it, generally.
Come to my house in the country. It's made of solid gold. My sweet old house in the country, I call the temple of soul. I call the temple of soul.